everyone, I'm Noreen and welcome to my kitchen. Today we've got another spice blend for you. You know what? Summertime always brings the best seafood in my area of the country. Since I live in eastern North Carolina and we live just off the coast, we always have an abundance of shrimp and crab and all kinds of delicious fish. And I have a couple of really great seafood recipes that we're planning for the channel coming up here very soon, and I needed to make some seafood seasoning. So I thought it might be fun to make my best effort to do a copycat version of Old Bay seasoning. Only this one is for all of my salt-free friends, and this one has no salt in it at all. Of course, you can adjust it to your taste and add salt if you want to, but we're just going to go the salt-free route today. So let's go see how this all comes together. Alright, we're going to go over all of these ingredients. Now this is a homemade seafood seasoning blend that is salt-free, but if you would like to incorporate salt into your seasoning blend, like the commercial version, I suggest you add 1/4 cup of salt. If you're going, and that would be fine salt. I would recommend using a fine table salt or a canning salt or a fine Himalayan pink salt, but only use 1/4 cup because this is going to go a long way. But I am doing this because I know a lot of people have a salt-free restriction, and frankly, I would rather have my seasoning blend to be salt-free so that I can add salt to my own taste and add the type of salt that I prefer. So this is going to be a copycat of everybody's favorite seafood seasoning, which is Old Bay. And this is just my best guess. So let's get started. We've got 2 tablespoons of ground bay leaf. I had a heck of a time finding ground bay leaf, so I ground my own, and I used about 2 cups of full-size bay leaves in my coffee grinder, and I got about 1/4 cup of ground bay leaf, and I ran it through a sifter, and then I threw away all of the stems that came through and large pieces that wouldn't grind up right. So 2 tablespoons of ground bay leaf, 2 tablespoons of ground celery seed, 2 tablespoons of dried parsley, 2 tablespoons of sweet paprika, 2 tablespoons of smoked paprika, 1 tablespoon of red pepper flake, that's optional, you can leave it out, 1 tablespoon of ground mustard, I prefer Coleman's brand, 1 tablespoon of dried thyme, a tablespoon of ground black pepper, a tablespoon of ground white pepper, and a tablespoon of ginger. 2 tablespoons of, this is lemon juice powder, the true lemon powder, 1 teaspoon of ground nutmeg, ground cinnamon, ground clove, ground allspice, ground cardamom, and ground coriander. I know that's a lot, but you all may have almost everything that you need in your spice rack to throw this together. Now, if you don't have like the coriander or the cardamom, I wouldn't even worry about it, okay? The main tastes here that you are definitely not going to want to leave out are bay leaf, celery seed, and the paprikas. I would definitely not leave those out. I would not leave out mustard if you can help it. And the rest of these, you know, lemon juice powder, you could leave that out if you didn't have it, but it really does make a nice addition. I would not leave out the pepper, but if you didn't have white pepper, I wouldn't worry about it too much. Just double up on the black if that's all you have. And then the rest of them, like that, you know, the baking spices, we have almost all of those in there. If you don't have ground cardamom, which I know can be a little pricey for some of you and hard to find, I wouldn't worry about it at all. So you make this to suit your taste and your budget. I had all of this stuff on hand, and as always, we're just going to kind of roll this up into our parchment, and I'm going to tip it into a pint jar. Now you can see it here. All we're going to do is give it a good shake. And it may not look like Old Bay, but it smells wonderful. I'm gonna give it a sniff. It's pretty too. smells really good. It looks similar to Old Bay. I think Old Bay is a lot redder. Oh, it's really good. That's going to be beautiful on seafood. That really is good. Without the salt, it's really good. Now, I mean, you could put salt in it, like I said. Add 1/4 cup of salt in there, and it's going to be great. But, like I said, I really prefer to salt my own when I'm going to cook. So, anyway, that is my best attempt at making a copycat version of Old Bay seasoning for all your seafood needs, for crab boils and crab cakes, and grilling and broiling fish, and making shrimp boils, and all that good stuff. And we have some seafood recipes that are going to be coming up soon, and that's why I needed to make this, because I wanted to share it with you, and I'm going to be needing it for those recipes. So I hope that you give this version of seafood seasoning a try that you can probably make by using things you already have on your spice rack. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, please consider giving me a thumbs up. If you are new here, welcome. It's always lovely to have new people join me in my kitchen. If you enjoyed what you saw, please consider hitting that subscribe button. If you are already a tried and true member of the Noreen's Kitchen family, always remember to hit that bell notification button, because we don't want any of you to miss out on all the real food for real people, real easy recipes that we present all the time right here on our YouTube channel and straight from our kitchen. I hope you give this homemade version of seafood seasoning a try, and I hope you love it. And until next time, I'll see ya!